He started already. This is what we do. Wait till Steve starts doing something.
I'm protesting.
Why?
Like, players won't go before the media and explain their actions. Like, South Sydney players won't explain why they were so bad the other night. I'm protesting. You guys take over tonight. It's all yours. It's all your show.
Not going to
Hey,
happen.
it's Tom, Brian, and Stephen. This is what we do every week, and we.
You guys are as pathetic. You guys are as pathetic as what Souths were the other night. Welcome to From the Sidelines with Tom, Brian, and Steve, and we're going to talk about the NRL. These guys are just shocking. See, I've got to carry them every single week. It's
and you
tiring.
just set us up for that, so you could pat yourself on the back.
Yep, every week.
Stop
your whinging.
Okay, moving on.
Gentlemen, round 20. I've lost track. I was so disappointed after Friday night I couldn't care less anymore. We had some football games on the weekend for round 21.
Oh, did we?
Round 21. Yes.
Oh, dear. Started off with a blockbuster. Thursday night, St George and the Tigers. Close, classic game of football.
I actually didn't mind the game.
That wasn't a bad
Well, it was
game
always
at all.
going to be interesting with two teams that are.
And what was the score, Steve?
Oh, it was 18-14 to the Dragons.
Yes, it was. I actually enjoyed that game. It was desperation. It was end to end with clunky finishes. It was side to side with drop passes. It was awesome.
Zach Lomax has really picked up his game, isn't he?
Zach Lomax, yeah. I tell you, he's starting to show the skills that he's...
Because he was really out of
Should
form
have.
at the beginning
Yeah.
of the season. So, yeah.
See, Brian's not saying anything because he doesn't like him.
What, Lomax? Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you're just not
Were
commenting.
you having
that's
at
all.
the Eagles?
Yeah, instead of
yeah.
Jake.
Instead of who?
Jake.
No.
Sorry, not Jake, the other one.
Tom.
No.
All right, that's enough about that game.
No, that was a good game.
on, that was a good game.
There's lots of Dragons and Tigers supporters out there, Tom.
Yeah, and Barry's going to ring me and blast me because we don't spend enough time on St George.
Well done, Barry.
Can I just say the Dragons were good. The Tigers, I thought, had them for a bit there, and Zach Lomax was the difference. Yeah, it was a good game of footy, I thought.
What do you make of all this stuff in the Tigers at the moment between the coach and the recruitment and the board? And seriously, why don't they just get in the room and sort it out?
It's ridiculous. Look, there's... I don't want to say anything because we had the same... Look, would we know about all of this if there wasn't a leak at the club? No.
No,
Now,
probably
can
not.
I just say, there's nothing coming out about my club at the moment, but there was when a certain somebody who's a recruitment manager was there.
Well, now hang on. Now you... Okay.
Well, it's true.
Well-
It's well known. Look, he's good mates with Peter Peters. Peter Peters talks to all the media.
Yeah, I know,
And my club had leak after leak after leak.
Yes,
and
but-
now it's all the Tigers.
But the Tigers have been leaking before he went there.
Oh, only just. Only because their results are poor. Now they're leaking about internal disputes and this player, that player, and everything else. It's terrible.
All right. Well, it looks like St George have secured maybe Ben Hunt and Lomax for the remainder of their contracts as opposed to just the end of this year.
That's
it's being
fantastic,
reported.
as it should be.
It's good. It is good.
However, I'm surprised. What annoys me is that it doesn't run both ways. So they've told Moses Mbai,
And Josh Kerr.
see you later. We don't want you. Go find another
Yep.
club now.
Moses already on the plane, I think.
But you know what?
I don't like how clubs, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
But you know what? It's an employer's prerogative
Yep.
to do that. An employer can come to me, my
Yep.
employer can come to me at any
Yep.
time and say, Stephen, you're ugly, you're sacked. Okay? Now, that's...
Well-
and I can't say, oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
Have you signed a contract?
No, I don't have a contract, but it doesn't
Do you have a
matter.
blind employer?
There's,
Yes, I do. Because
Anyway.
I'm so beautiful.
I just don't. I don't think it's right. You sign a contract, you live with your contract.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry,
I
you made a
don't-
mistake.
I don't
Sorry.
disagree with you, but I just think it's the way of the world, and it's
Anyway,
it happens in every workplace.
The game was awesome, and I picked the West Tigers. You guys?
I picked Dragons.
Oh, far out.
Oh dear. All right. Okay, we're moving on.
Moving on.
Let's go Media Stadium. I tell you what, Warriors 21, Raiders 20. I turned this game off with about 4 minutes to go. I thought, it's over. I'm walking out.
Steve.
I know. And then I left the TV on. I glanced back at it a few minutes later. And I'm thinking, my goodness, it's 20 all. What the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
2 late tries, 78th and 79th minute.
Yep.
Nearly pulled it out of the fire.
Nearly.
Nearly.
And the sideline miss. And, you know, look, the Warriors are showing that they can do it. They're showing that they'll hang into games. They're showing that, you know, you can fight back and they'll still be there.
Yeah.
Somebody said that Andrew Webster gets their culture. Apparently, he's worked out how their heads work.
Yep.
And he's working with that.
Well,
whatever
we've said
he's
for the last
doing.
few weeks,
Well,
Coach of the Year.
Well, I was also reading another article that Webster has said that they're not allowed to play razzle dazzle football until he tells them they can. And so they're in the grind, and then apparently he sends down the message and says, "Now turn it on."
Right.
Really?
That's what I heard during the week. So and because we all know the Warriors can turn it on, they've always been that club. But yeah, apparently Andrew Webster has said, no, you can't do that from the start of the game.
And then
He said you will have your opportunity. You've got to earn it. And when he says that they've earned it, that's the way they play. Whatever he's in their heads. Whatever he's doing is working.
Play Webby ball.
Webby ball, oh my goodness. And what about Ricky? Ricky's having another whinge.
I didn't see the press conference.
Oh,
What did he say?
I don't understand how the guy complains about every time his club doesn't win. Like that, just he must complain a lot. Anyway, I love Ricky, but yeah.
So are we serious about the Warriors being contenders this year?
I think so. I think so. When they can hold, stick in a game for that long. Albeit the Raiders aren't a premiership threat. They can stay in a game like that. I think that's a good sign.
I think there's only 2 teams that can win the comp right now,
Penrith,
and that other team north of the border,
South.
Brisbane.
I think
I don't know. I'm still waiting for Brisbane to fall flat, but
well, let's face it. I think Penrith are red hot favourites.
yeah,
Can anyone beat them?
yeah.
Yeah, who?
You're only going to beat them on the day.
Who?
I think.
Well,
I think there's 3 or 4 teams that can beat them on the day.
Well, we can talk about it later if you like, but I think Broncos can. I think Souths can.
Yep.
Cowboys on their day. On their day.
I don't think Cowboys can. I don't think they've got the game to beat them.
Oh, I do.
I think
And I
on
think
the day.
maybe on the outside the Warriors could beat them. So I think there's only 3 teams that could possibly beat them. So I'll stand by that. So and I don't think Souths can make the grand final. So that unfortunately is a horrible taste in my mouth of Brisbane. Anyway, continuing on.
All right, okay.
Let's talk about Brisbane, Steve. Next game.
Well, that was an interesting segue.
So where'd you take your home game to, Brian? Steve?
Sunshine. You know what? It's not our fault.
Oh
blame
my goodness! Here we
FIFA
go.
Women's World Cup.
No,
Here we go.
It's
No,
It's the
it was
money.
the money.
It's the money.
It was the money.
Excuse
It's
me,
always
why would
the
you,
money.
Why would you take it to Sunshine Coast?
It's the
The
money.
World Cup's on at the stadium. You can't get near it.
Money talks and walks, as
Is
they
it-
say it.
If you're going to do that, you take it to a bigger stadium than Sunshine Coast Stadium.
Steve, what was the score?
I don't care.
Tom, can I remind you that the score was Rabbitohs in their home game that they sold out for money 20 versus the Broncos
36.
just down the road at 36.
Yes.
What frustrated me with this, and I thought, okay,
What
you got to
frustrated
you got to
you?
move
Here
the
we go.
game away. Why didn't they move it to Cogra and tell Brisbane to travel?
Let's
I
get
know.
over where it was. Let's talk about the
No,
game.
no, well,
But
I
that's a
agree.
serious point.
I made
Why
this
take
point.
it to Brisbane?
I made this point in like round 4 that Brisbane only have to come to Sydney once
Yeah.
for the rest of the season. Stuff them. I hate looking after Brisbane. Oh, that's it. Oh, burn it up now.
Oh dear. All right.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's
Okay.
move on.
No.
Super Stadium.
Can I just say the Bunnies were absolutely woeful. They could not play worse if they tried.
They were horrible.
They were terrible.
I think I posted they were pathetic. Well,
That
I tell
was-
you guys they were pathetic. They were terrible.
It was probably the worst I've seen them play all year.
They kept. I don't know how many times they dropped the ball coming out of off their line in their 20 or 30. They dropped the ball and give it back to the Broncos every single time. It was ridiculous.
Can we talk about the Marty Tapau Karate Kid training?
He should have been sent off. He should have been sent off.
If he
Seriously.
made some contact, he would have been sent off for sure.
Oh,
Well,
just killed him.
do you really have to wait till someone's
Injured?
injured like that to
Can't raise your knees.
And if he'd just done it with his last step, that would have been one thing, like Suwali did.
Yeah.
He did 3 or 4 steps
and then launched himself.
In it. So,
mind you,
yes, it was absolutely deliberate.
There was another one where who got hit? Blake Taft got hit high, and it was bleeding.
Yeah.
Who hit him high then? Oh, was it Arthur's?
Yes, it was Arthur's because he went to the bin.
Yeah. And you can see in the background when the ref's looking at the Brisbane players talking to them, and there's Blake Tafe in the background going like this with his nose, blood coming out of him. The ref didn't have a choice. He goes, you're gone. I thought that was brilliant gamesmanship.
Yeah. And
well, they do have an actor as their owner. You know.
That's true.
The danger with
they're acting like a premiership threat.
Yeah.
No,
they're acting like they could. Yeah, I know. To power, the challenge with that is that he also hit Campbell Graham, who has a sternum injury anyway.
Yep.
Now, I would like to think. I mean, I've watched Marty play for years, and I don't think he's a dirty player at all. But you know, he went at a player who has a sternum injury anyway.
Unfortunately, he didn't make any significant contact with Campbell Graham, which was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But look, South were terrible, and
South
Brisbane
were terrible.
I thought looked good because South was so bad.
Yeah, but Reece
Even in
Walsh,
the first half, they were
geez,
both dropping balls.
Reece Walsh looks good though.
Oh, he does.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
His pass selection is exceptional.
And his speed, and his ability to beat a player. Oh, jeez, I hate it.
The funny thing is, over the last couple of days, 3 South players have now been approached by others.
Well, Liam Knight's gone.
Liam Knight's gone to the Dogs.
Yep.
Blake Taff, I believe, is very close to signing with the Dogs.
Oh, I'd take him.
And Heme Sele is looking to go to St George.
Where do the Dogs find this money?
I have no idea because everyone's going to the Dogs.
Honestly.
I know they've got about 3 or 4 halfbacks now. They've got a whole bunch of players coming through. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. It was terrible.
It was awful.
Next game was
but
terrible.
For
too.
those Brisbane supporters who watch this show, I got to say, congratulations. Reynolds was on fire.
Where would they got that young halfback from, Tom?
The kid from Redfern. Oh, I hate that.
Look, anyway.
The next game was equally as bad.
Oh, shut up.
Roosters 36, Titans
Wait till we
18.
get to your game.
Yeah, wait till we get to my game.
Yeah.
But, Tom, to be fair...
Okay, you're going to talk about the second half. You're not going to talk about anything to do with the first half, are you?
Why? Why not? No, I was going to say I thought the Roosters actually played very well, but to be fair, they let the game go or let them come back at the end.
Well, if you analyse the game, I've got a smile on my face for the first time. The first half was
this season.
very good. Yeah, albeit they're playing the Titans. The Titans' defence is not always the best, but the Roosters looked like I expected them to be at the beginning of the season. They were crisp. They had some creativity.
Yep.
And Teddy had a terrific game. Now in the second half when they came out, if you look at the tries they scored, they'd suffocated the Titans up to about 50, 60 minutes. They suffocated the Titans. The Titans couldn't get out of their own half.
Yep.
At all. They couldn't play any ball in the Roosters half. We dropped the ball on 2 occasions in our half, and I think they got a couple of repeat sets they scored.
Yep.
And there was, the coach said, there was a couple of line defence errors, which he said was uncharacteristic of the Roosters, and they got 2 tries out of that. So all in all, yes, disappointing second half for sure, but I think they showed some promising signs. You know, the season's virtually over anyway, but it was encouraging to see that they haven't given up the fight.
Yeah. What was it? 30-0 at half time.
Yeah. You know, so 18-6. You know, it was Titans.
Oh, look, a game goes for 80 minutes.
They were they chanced their arm, and you know, and I was worried at the beginning of the game because we've played a number of games against the Titans. A memorable one, 31-30, where we scored 30, they scored 30, we got a field goal. But a few games have gone like that with the Titans. They can score a lot of points, and they seem to wake up at certain points in the game. But I was very, very happy.
What I don't understand is why it took them so long to get Jaden Campbell on the field.
Yeah.
The 30-0 down, and all of a sudden, you know, this kid who can make anything happen. Anyway.
Yeah, and they hooked Tanner Boyd for that as well.
Brian, what do you think of this game?
Well,
I need to separate you two.
No, I'll be honest with you. I only watched the second half.
We'll go back and watch the highlights.
I couldn't be bothered.
We'll pause it for you.
Yeah, Could not be bothered.
We'll wait for you.
Roosters scoring 30 points. Who cares?
No, let's move. Let's move on to what I thought was the amazing result of the round. Newcastle 26, Melbourne Storm 18.
Well, Melbourne got out to 12-0.
12-0 start.
12-0 start. And they didn't score again to the 50th.
No,
minute.
and it looked like they were going to run away with it.
Oh, hang on. A 12-0 start. It was a dropped ball that if it had gone to hand, Newcastle would have scored. And then some inexplicable brain explosion line defence, and it was 12-0. By the way,
okay, but hang on.
The Melbourne
okay. I picked them. I picked the Knights.
But hang on.
Yep.
It was 12-0 after 9 minutes.
I know. I was worried that
which is why I'm saying I thought they were going to run away with it.
Melbourne are opportunists. You know, they'll take opportunities and they don't miss.
They will.
A lot of other teams will get opportunities and will not make the most of them. Melbourne don't miss with those sort of things. So yes, you're right. You're exactly right.
Of course I am.
It was the same playing us. They weren't that good. They just got some opportunities and did better than we did. Look, I think the Knights have shown a fair bit of resolve this year. You know? In a lot of games, not every game, but I think they've shown a hell of a lot of resolve. You know, and I think the difference is Ponga's playing to his ability.
The difference is Ponga's playing at fullback,
and he's playing to his ability.
Yes.
When he was playing at 5'8", they were getting smashed.
Yeah,
he is a fullback.
But even when he was a fullback a couple of years ago, he kept getting injured or he just was out of form. Yeah, right now,
I'd disagree.
He played really well for Origin, but he wasn't playing like this 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, this time he's got Jackson Hastings feeding him the ball.
Yeah, and that makes a difference.
Bradman Best is on fire again. So,
and even Tyson Gamble's doing his job.
Oh, Tyson Gamble! Don't get me started. Far out.
Before this weekend, I thought Souths have got a really easy home run. We only had to get Brisbane, and then the rest of them are easy.
But you're playing everything away.
Yeah, I know. But until Newcastle all of a sudden decide this is how they're going to play, and I'm wondering if the Bunnies can even beat Newcastle.
Did anyone watch the press conference from Melbourne?
No.
Because I'm curious to see whether Christian Walsh said, "Oh, geez, how'd they lose to the Knights?" That's all I've got to say.
Well, Christian Walsh wouldn't be interviewed, so.
Was it?
Because it's...
Yeah, because of that stupid media ban.
Stupid media ban. Yeah.
It killed the women's competition.
How'd they lose to the Knights?
Good point. Okay, let's go on to Queensland Country Bank Stadium, where the North Queensland Cowboys 24, Parramatta Eels 16. Do we want to talk about the hit that Valentine Holmes put on Moses?
Oh, what a smashing hit
it
that was.
It was a great hit.
That wasn't 10 in the bin.
The crazy thing is he got 10 in the bin and Moses didn't go to the head bin.
He not only didn't go to the head bin, he didn't get HIA inspection either. He got nothing.
Yeah.
No, that's right. So there was nothing in it.
So how was it direct and forceful to the
head?
Can't
have cake and eat it too.
No.
Steve does. Whatever. It's all right.
It's why I'm sorry I am.
Yeah, look, I thought that was an atrocious decision. I thought that was a great hit. I didn't think it deserved 10 in the bin. I don't think Moses deserved to go for a HIA. And I'll say this because I'm sure that we've got some Parramatta fans watching out there.
One or two.
Yeah, just a couple. So, Stephen, Janelle, that was a really good performance by Parramatta.
That's gold.
No, well, I'm serious. Like, I expected the Cowboys have been red hot. Eels down a number of players. I thought at home the Cowboys would run away with it. I think to lose by only 8 points, I think that was probably their best performance of the year.
That thing was again. After 12 minutes, they had 2 tries, and I agree. I thought the Cowboys were just going to...
Yeah, absolutely.
Run away.
I was looking forward to it, and then it didn't happen.
It was gutsy. I thought it was gutsy.
Yeah, good win.
Sure.
It was a good win, but look...
And they're missing some significant players.
Yeah,
and they lost a couple on the night too.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great win. It was a gutsy loss. Yeah.
But given the way Cowboys played, you don't still rate them, Brian.
No. I don't think
you do, Tom.
I think they should have probably gone on with it. So they've probably still got some deficiencies they need to clean up.
Yep. And Nanai's made a big difference in that team, and now he's injured again. Yep. So I just don't see it. I didn't have him in my 8 to begin with, and I don't have him making the 8 now.
You take Scott Drinkwater out of that team, I think they would not be half the team they are. I mean, he's making a whole lot of things.
Oh,
And Tom Dearden, I mean, gee whiz, what a player he is. I mean,
I do like Tom Dearden.
Because he makes something out of nothing. That's the thing. He makes something out of nothing, you know.
Yep.
It's almost like he goes under their underarms. He's so short, you know.
He's a mighty good player.
Under their arms, yeah.
Bluebet Stadium, Penrith Panthers 44, Dogs 18.
Didn't see this game.
And again, I mean, Penrith had a big lead before the Dogs came back with a couple of tries.
Yeah, they took the foot off, didn't they?
They did. They should have got to 50 easy, but...
Yeah, there was a time when that could have been 80 in that game. The Panthers were just that dominant. And then, I don't know whether they went to sleep or... I don't know what it was. I mean, the Dogs... It was a strange call by the Dogs to put Mooney on the bench and then play him in the second row. That was the weirdest decision. I don't get it. You've got arguably one of the top 2 or 3 hookers. You put him on the bench. You've got a halfback in Kyle Flanagan who you start at hooker, and then when you bring Mahoney on, you play him in the second row.
When you bring him on, he should have come on as...
He should have started at hooker.
No, I'm okay with him coming on and being an impact player. But you do that from hooker. You don't put him then in the second row where he's...
I'll admit he's a little bit out of form, but he's such a competitor. You want that in your face. I don't know. I don't understand how that happened.
I think the only real highlight of that game was the Brian To'o Titanic try celebration. I think.
There are a few hot. Don't be so negative. Nathan Cleary's come back.
You want to talk about try celebrations? The Roosters, when Tupou scored his try.
Oh yeah, that was cruel. That was absolutely cruel. Absolutely.
Did you see that, Brian?
Was that the first half?
Yes.
Didn't watch it.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. No, it might have been the second. They put him on their shoulder.
Tupou scored his try, made him the number 1 Roosters try scorer
and they denied
obstruction.
Put him up on their shoulders, carried him around the place.
It was a legit obstruction, but it just seemed cruel at the time. Anyway.
All right. So the Panthers should have went on with it. They didn't, and the Dogs have got nothing.
Dogs have got nothing.
Dogs have got nothing.
Why does Blake? Why do you want to go to the Dogs, mate? Stay at the Bunnies. Stay at number 14. You'll be right. I'll look after you.
Come to Manly and be number 14.
No, he wants to win a premiership.
Yeah, don't worry. We're on the cusp.
On the cusp.
On the cusp. Have a look at the next game.
Let's talk about the next game. Let's talk about your cusp.
The bizarro game of the weekend.
Weirdest game of football.
PointsBet Stadium. Manly Sea Eagles 30. Sharks 26. What was the score in the first half, Brian?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. What was the
What was
score?
the score in the half, Tom? What was the score in the first half, Tom?
Well, they scored all their tries, 5 tries in the first half, and they missed a couple of goals. So it probably would have been 20 nil.
Keep going.
26 nil maybe.
26.
26 nil, yeah.
Yeah.
26-0.
Yep.
And no, in fact, I know, and I think in the second half you got to 30-0.
44 minutes, they got to 30.
Yeah, we scored a try early in the second half.
And then...
They went to sleep.
Well, no. Then, you know what happened? See,
are you going to tell us?
I'll tell you what happened.
You tell us.
It should have been more than 26 because Hines should have been binned.
For what?
When he tripped Kohler. So Kohler picks up the ball. No, because
I agree with you, but no one ever gets done.
There was no one in front of him. The guy runs 100 in under 10 seconds. No one was going to catch him. That was a try.
Yeah.
Like, I know you can't give a penalty try 45 metres out, but he tripped him. That was deliberate. And then Hines mouthed off at the ref and the touch judge.
Yeah.
I think Reece Walsh will be up there going, where's his 3-game suspension?
I think Peter Goff.
I don't think he said the same thing.
Handled it pretty well. He gave him a talking to straight there and there.
Yeah, absolutely. And he spoke to him a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then the tragedy. So most Manly fans will be saying, Jake, you're giving away 6 agains. Can I say Penrith scored 3 tries in the 10 minutes that
Sharks.
The Sharks scored 3 tries while Jake was off for a HIA because he got hit on the head when the player didn't get binned.
Yeah.
Jake wouldn't have saved 3 tries on his own.
The fact is, we're on the attack. The Sharks hit him in the head. The bloke doesn't get binned.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Jake goes off for a HIA.
So here's the weird thing over the weekend. Let's go back to Mitchell Moses. Okay, that player, Valentino Holmes, goes to the bin for 10 minutes for a hard and forceful contact where Moses was never even tested for a HIA.
Yep.
But here's a situation where a player does get hit in the head,
Yep.
gets sent to HIA,
Which he passed.
and never got a penalty for it in the first place.
Yeah.
So, how do you rationalise those two instances?
And would Jake have stopped those 3 tries? Well, considering we'd already lost our 2 starting props to injury at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
excuses here.
I think maybe it would have been a little bit closer.
They scored 70, 72nd and 74th minute. And with 2 minutes to go, the ball's in the middle. Will Kennedy gets the ball. There is absolutely no manly players on the left-hand side, on the right defensive edge. Nobody. And what does he do? He runs for himself in the middle. They would have won the game.
Yeah.
They would have won the game.
You get that in the big games.
Oh dear! I got to say, from a Rabbitohs perspective, I'm so glad they won. I'm just so glad they won. Anyway,
Okay. Now I'm going to do the ladder,
Yes.
and this is what I want from you guys. I want yes or no. They can make the grand final.
Okay.
grand final, not top 8.
Grand final.
final.
All right. Equal first. Panthers 32 points. Yes or no?
Yes.
No,
No, they can't make the grand
I
final.
don't believe the Panthers will be in the grand finals. They can make it, or do I believe they'll? Okay, make it. Yes, they can make it.
Yep.
Broncos 32 points.
Yes.
Warriors 28.
Yes.
Yes.
Storm 28.
No.
Yes.
Raiders 28.
No.
No.
Sharks 26.
No.
Cowboys 26.
No.
Yes.
Oh, Cowboys. So yes.
Eels 24.
No.
No.
Rabbitohs 24.
No.
Yes.
Knights 23.
No.
No.
Eagles 23.
No.
Roosters 22.
Yes.
No.
All right, and I think that's it because then we've got the Dolphins on 22, the Titans on 20, Dragons on 16, Bulldogs on 16, and West Tigers on 12.
Okay.
There you go. Interesting.
So, just a quick rundown on the NRLW.
Sure.
So NRLW started again this season this weekend.
Yep.
And we had 4 new teams. So we had 10 teams in the competition. So we added West Tigers, Cowboys, Raiders, and Sharks. And so some interesting games. As of the end of this weekend, we had the West Tigers with a really big win over the Eels, who have been decimated. On top, the Roosters on a second after beating the Broncos in which was a really high quality game. The Knights, the last year's premiers, had a comfortable win, and the Sharks make up the top 4. And the Eels are in lowly last position, but that happens round 1 because they lost by a lot to the Tigers. Some really entertaining football. There was a nice try celebration by Jess Surges. She got the ball, went under the post, and because of the World Cup soccer. And they had a goalie going like this, and she kicked the goal. That was a nice one. There was a traditional 10-pin bowling one. I think the Tigers did the 10-pin bowling one. I really like the women's game. I think it's just going on in leaps and bounds.
It's a good game. If you're a Tigers supporter, you'd be cheering, wouldn't you?
Oh, for sure. And it's been interesting now because they've had to make 4 new teams. There's been a lot of players movement around. And so it should be interesting to see how the season plays out. Looking forward to it. There you go.
All right. Thank you. All right, let's go to round 22, gentlemen. Had the Gabba. Brisbane Broncos and the Sydney Roosters.
So, hang on. So why are they playing at the Gabba? Is that
Because
Gabba?
of the World Cup.
So they just took it to like a nearby stadium?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it. Right.
Yeah, okay. South supporters all over the place, and we decided to get... I don't know, we're going to Perth next weekend. Or sometime soon. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have taken it down to Cogra. Anyway.
Cogra.
Well, somewhere close. Couldn't go to Parramatta. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, I dig
again.
again.
Broncos versus Roosters.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'll go the Donkeys.
The Roosters are a chance in this game.
No
Roosters
chance.
are no chance.
No chance at all.
Roosters are a real chance in this game.
And that will
They
put...
showed enough last week to say they may have worked out what's going on. Yeah.
That's the Broncos just hammering that final nail into the coffin.
Sorry.
Well, they have to win this week or else they're
All right.
absolutely gone.
By how much?
Oh, look,
Roosters by... No, tell
4.
me. You've got to put in the fitting tipping
4.
competition. 4?
No, I reckon at least 18.
Oh, Roosters by 18.
Broncos by 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Broncos by 10. Sorry. Friday night game at Scully Park. Tamworth. We're both travelling. West Tigers and the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Actually, this is a Tigers home game, so.
Yeah.
Trell is playing.
So Trell is playing. I don't think they dare not having him play again.
Rabbitohs by about 40.
I'll be disappointed if it's not.
Well, hang on a second. Rabbitohs 40, West Tigers 32. Would be about accurate.
It's probably true too. Friday night, Scully Park. Tom?
I'd really like to lean on the Tigers,
Please, go for the Tigers.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I'll
We're all
reserve my
friends
judgment
here.
on that.
All right. Marvel Stadium.
Oh.
Melbourne Storm and the Parramatta Eels.
If the Eels weren't so down on troops, I would give them a real chance, but I think the Storm will be too strong.
Melbourne.
These are the two teams that I dislike the most.
Yeah, okay. Well, one of them's got to win. Who is it going to be?
Oh, can't they just belt each other to I don't know.
Well, yes, and then have a draw.
Storm at home, I don't know.
Are you going to pick a draw?
I'm going to pick the Storm at home.
You pick the Storm at home. All right. GAO Stadium where the Raiders are playing the Knights.
Should be a really good game.
It should be a good game.
Really good game, this one.
I'm on the Raiders.
Saturday, 3 p.m. It won't be cold enough. I'm going to go the Knights.
It'll be freezing down.
Yeah, I'm on the Knights too.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. It's freezing in Canberra.
Yeah, but it's not like the 7:30 game.
No, it's not, but it's still cold enough.
Yeah, Knights will be buoyed by last week.
So you're going Knights as well, are you?
Yep.
Okay, wow.
Narrow victory.
All right. Wynn Stadium, St George and Manly.
I'm going to go the Eagles. Of course. We haven't played St George at Brookvale since about 2000.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what the go with that is. They keep giving us Wynn Stadium.
Don't you play them twice?
No, we only played the good teams twice.
Yeah, great.
Tom?
Yeah, so do we. Eagles narrowly.
Yeah. You know what? It's going to be a tough game without Paseka and Alloy. I don't know. It's going to be tough.
So if the Melbourne Storm beat Parramatta, South win, and Manly win,
Yeah.
does that put that would put Manly above Parramatta, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't bring that up for any reason other than to conversation.
The Roosters beat the Broncos.
Oh, that's not going to
cares?
happen.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm going
Gotta
Manly.
be realistic there, Tom. Realistic.
Harsh.
We'll make the 8 as long as we beat all the teams that are below us that we play, which is all of them.
Which is all.
Yeah, we're playing half and half.
Okay, Penrith Panthers and the Cronulla Sharks.
Panthers at home.
Manly made a mockery of that left edge of the Sharks,
Yeah.
and we're not that good. The Panthers will kill them.
Do Penrith ever play anywhere else bar Bluebet?
No, it seems not.
It just
Seems
seems
not.
they're always at home.
Well, why would they not?
Well,
Isn't that what their fans
they
want
get
to
a
play at
choice.
home?
But that's up to the NRL to actually give them a fair draw. Give everybody else a fair draw.
How come the football stadium got chosen for women's soccer and not Bluebet
They could
Stadium?
have played at Redfern Oval. That would have brought them all back, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, why can't they use Blueback? That's a decent size.
Yeah.
It's a crap stadium.
I know, but play some soccer there and
Yeah.
kick the Panthers out to somewhere else
Yeah, I
where
agree.
they're uncomfortable.
Can't give away $3 tickets then, can you?
Okay. Penrith?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Penrith.
Yeah. Okay. Although I think Sharks will come back. I think there might
No.
be. I think there might be something in it this week. Dogs and Dolphins at
Oh,
Dolphins.
Sattler Oval.
man,
Salter Oval.
this will be a bore fest, won't it?
Dolphins.
No, I think Dolphins are
They've had
playing
a week
quite well.
off. And
I'm going
they
Dolphins.
stay in the grind.
Yeah.
Sexton and Kickow back. I'm going to go the Dogs.
Okay. And the last game of the round, because the Warriors have the bye, which is lucky for them, Gold Coast Titans and North Queensland.
Oh, I keep picking Gold Coast. I don't know why.
Cows.
Cows for me too. Sorry,
I can't pick them this week, and you watch they'll win.
The Cows have to be... I think the Cows need to get onto a run now.
Yeah. I hope they don't.
okay.
They're both Queensland teams.
Yeah, but the Cowboys keep beating us.
So it's just sour grapes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can't be objective
pretty
when it comes
much.
to that.
No.
Can't be objective when it comes to the Roosters or the Parramatta Eels.
What do you mean? He
or
thinks
the Rabbitohs.
I can't be objective anyone except for my club.
Yeah,
He
okay.
couldn't
Let's be
even
honest.
spell objective.
Yeah.
That's right. Anything intelligent you won the show with?
after this week, Manly will be in the 8, which is where we belong. Did you know if we make the second week of the finals, Tom comes back?
You know,
only to be injured.
Oh my goodness!
You know, when you bomb out of the and not even make it next year, Tom will be back.
Yeah, I know. Oh my goodness, how bad is that?
You should actually just in his contract nominate the weeks you'd like him to play. You know, do you reckon you could make round 3 to round 8?
I tell you what,
You say that
dock
you'd
him.
never have signed Teddy if that was the case.
Dock him. Tom, anything you want to show?
Professional
How many
sport.
games has Teddy missed in the last 3-5 years?
He missed the first 3 years of his season of his career with the Tigers.
It wasn't with us.
Yeah, I know. It was with the Tigers.
Tom, anything you want in the show with? You two can talk later.
Look, should be good round of football. I'm looking forward to the Broncos and Roosters game, and I give them the Roosters a fair chance. There you go.
Against the Broncos.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
I do. Well, he can say, we will win this weekend, and he's always wrong.
That's true. All right, well, thanks for watching. You're Tom, Brian, and Steve, and this is From the Sidelines. You can watch on Facebook, on YouTube, or download the podcast on Spotify. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.